Good morning. It is now April the 8th, 2020, and I've run across this post. I've heard someone say about the dairy milk that's being dumped. It is being dumped. Look at this. These farmers are having to dump their dairy milk. Let's look at this right here. Here is another picture of it, of them dumping their dairy milk. Right here at their farm. It says, let me read this to you because this is really happening. It says, to help to the confusion a bit why this is happening, and trust me, I am confused, he says, but there's more to this than what's going on in the supermarkets. Schools, colleges, and daycare centers are closed. Restaurants and bars are closed. They're shut and offering reduced menus to take out. Panic buying in some regions and hunkering down at home. Help the dairy industry out by asking your grocery stores to stock up again and order milk and dairy in your to-go orders. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to go and buy milk and dairy for our neighbors out of work and your local food pantries, we will be dumping more over the next few weeks. So they've been dumping their milk. And this is from Willersome Dairy Logistics right here. Willermison Dairy Evermilk Logistics. Right here. They happen to dump their milk out because it's not making it to the stores. And if you went into the stores, you have seen, like I have, there's no butter. We can't find no butter. And the sour cream is like about gone. The cream cheese, there's hardly any of these certain types of dairy products. They're gone. And the butter's been gone for a long time, and they're having, look at them, they have to stand there and let all of that milk go to waste, okay? And I'm sorry this is this type of a video, but it is one of this types of videos. And look, here's their cows right here. They got a big dairy farm. They got all these cows and a nice, they got a nice home. It is very nice for these cows. He says, while trying to, let me read this to you. It says, while trying to help the confusion a bit with my previous post why our industry is dumping milk, it seems like more questions were created while others were answered. Thanks for all who shared and asked the questions and started the needed conversation, because the struggle in our industry is real. It says the struggle in our industry is real. Let me see this right here. It's real. Let me see if I can find where I left off. It's devastating. I can come up with a technical story, but I like to keep things simple. Even that's not easy in the world we live in these days. We have built a supply chain to the consumers, plates, glasses, ice creams, cones, and coffee cups from our cows over the years. What's built on the consumer's demand and taste is good, keeping our cows and the quality of dairy safely changed, let's see, safely for our dairy products as high as anywhere in the world. These demands have changed by an unforeseen event. It has disrupted the amazing relationship we and the consumers had going on in this nation. Not the consumers and not our fault. But we are stuck with it now. We can't get the products to the consumers what they want and need right now. Exports took 15% of our milk, disappeared off the top of that. So the only option left is for us to dump it. We can't donate raw milk, and the dumping is sickening. It's very sickening. Nothing compared to the people dealing with the COVID-19 who are sick and they lose their loved ones. But to put an amazing product as milk in a manure lagoon while our cows and our families and employees are putting so much effort and dedication to it, it's not to describe. Please help the dairy industry by asking your grocery stores to stock up again and order milk and dairy in your to-go orders. And if you're fortunate enough to do so, buy milk and dairy for your neighbors. So they have been dumping their milk. Look at that. Their milk has been dumped at this farm because they can't get raw milk out because no one's placing orders to make the milk. Hello. Yeah, this is very interesting, and I probably should have did a record the screen video instead of a live video. Yeah, the live videos don't seem to get as much circulation as these, but this is what they're doing. They are dumping the milk. They're dumping it out. And so I'm have to do this on my screen because I can't get to my record screen because my husband is at home. Yeah, this is very sad. It's very, very sad that the milk is being dumped. Yeah, so if you're tuning in, the milk is being dumped, just like this. And this poor dairy family, they're losing. Look at these cows. They have to produce this milk, and then it just gets thrown away. The majority of the milk gets thrown away. There's something more going on. Your husband called you today on his way to work and told you the huge boxes of bread is thrown on the side of the road. That is so sad. That is sad. Why do they want to throw it? Why can't they give it to the homeless? They could give milk, they could give bread to the homeless. They could put the food in the grocery stores. Yeah, your son was only offered milk at school and not water. No reason for people to drink milk, coconut milk, or just healthy. It's not healthier. That's what you're saying. I know it. So yeah, I don't know what's happening, but that's a lot of lost revenue too. It's literally. I mentioned something to someone. I said now they're going to limit the amount of people into the Walmart, and some Walmarts will only have the essentials for people to buy. And this individual said, what are they trying to do? Crash the economy? But really, they can control the food supply. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. Yeah, dumping all that good milk. I haven't seen any of these trucks on the road. Of course, I ain't been on the road really much to see them because since I don't go to work anymore. But that milk at this dairy farms where they distribute it is being dumped out. It's really sad. Oh my gosh. It's like pouring money out. Yeah. This right here, this is from Wilsman Dairy Evers Milk Logistics. This person lives in Frankton, Indiana, and they wanted to get the message out. The current situation in Florida, I guess they have big farms everywhere. Yeah, it's just somebody's paddling on a boat, I guess, near their farm, but yeah. And I'm sure it's not the only person. Let me see if I can open up a screen and see this farm. Open this tab up in another screen and see what we see. If it will even go to it. It may not. They may get in trouble for me showing this video. Let me see if I can click to it. Okay, here we go. It's Evermilk Logistics. So here's their big industry right here. It's big. It really is big. But I'd like to have some butter. I really would, because there's no butter at all. No butter. So this is their page where they make their milk. The Dairy Farmers of America. You have seen reports about dairy farmers around the country having to dispose of their raw milk, and we wanted to give you a little context why. This is from Dairy Farmers of America. Their number one priority remains the safety and well-being of our farm families and families. Okay, so this is the same thing. They shared it. These sudden changes, along with uncertainties, have forced some dairy manufacturers to cut or change their production schedules or build their inventories. With plants operating at capacity or reduced schedule, there's more milk right now than space available for these processing plants. And so before the milk can be sold or turned into a product, it must undergo a processing. This, in combination with perishable nature of our product, it has resulted in a need to dispose of raw milk on the farms as a last result. At this time, Our family farm owners continue to receive payment even though they have to dispose of their milk. That's wrong. It's really wrong. I mean, they need to get paid, but still, they're working with consumers to explore additional options to retain as much value as possible for their farm families and increase the demand for dairy and exhaust all possible avenues to find a home for their milk. In addition, they're working with customers and food banks across the country to explore donation opportunities that would allow the plants to continue operating. Yeah, so yeah, it's really sad. So he shared his thing on here, this Evergo Logistics milk. So it's dairy farmers across the world that happen to dump their milk out, and it's not very nice. It's a mad, arid wasteland to throw away a product. Yeah, making butter. I like butter. Butter and cheese. I'm serious. Um, I have a little bit of frozen stick butter that I have in my freezer, but I'm glad I got some when I did get some because we like to do some baking in our family, and my daughter likes to only use real butter. So yeah, I like to have it on stock. But yeah, this is kind of sad to see the milk being poured out like that. It really, really is. All that abuse to the cows after being dumped. Abuse for nothing. Well, yeah, you could say that. That's one way to look at it. They had to get their milk out of them, and then they have to have their milk dumped out. I know that the Amish farmers here where I live, they have their own, they don't process their milk. And some farmers, it's like against the law to sell raw milk or whatever it is that you get directly for some strange reason. It really is. So you can't get that type of milk because they want to do whatever they have to do to it. Yeah. Cows want to be milk. It's, well, yeah, it'd be like you having to go to the bathroom and you can't go to the bathroom and it keeps building up within you, all that fluid. It's very painful. I know it. When I was having surgery for my breast cancer, I wasn't able to go to the restroom while waiting for surgery. And by the time I got in there, they took out 3 pints of liquid from my body. So it's very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, to have all that liquid built up. It's got to go somewhere. It really does. Or somebody with your, if you're going to breastfeed your baby, all the milk that gets built up in your breasts too. That's very, very painful because that gets swollen. Yeah, so there, yeah. Um, oh my gosh, yeah. Depopulation and shutdown. There probably will be something like that going on. Shut down the population, the stores. You're only going to buy the bare essentials. I had to go to a Walmart. I didn't have to go to a Walmart, but I wanted to go and get some bread and some instant coffee. I like to drink some instant coffee in the mornings at times. And they had their little iPad thing outside, of course, with the yellow tape, and they would tell you when you could go in, and they were obeying the rules. And they had a guy that walks around with a sign and saying, please make sure you stand 6 feet apart when you shop. And then and over the store intercom, it said no loitering inside, no loitering outside. So they're really obeying the rules set forth by the government or these Walmart people. Well, you're welcome. It's not that the farmers want to dump out their milk. There's nowhere for it to go, but I wish somebody would make butter. I really would. Yeah, it is sad. It really is sad because, yeah. The less population, the easier to control. I know. Well, I think when the last depression happened, war followed on the heels. I think that's what happened. Yogurt, I know it. We can't get hardly any yogurt, and it's few choices of yogurt too for my daughter and husband. So we just get what we can get, and when it's gone, I think, well, it's gone. I know it's going to be even more restrictions right now. Oh, they encourage you to only go out and buy your bare essentials. So when you go to the store, if you go to some of these stores and you ain't able to buy what you need, and I do a lot of gardening, and we have a lot of fruit trees. Well, not a lot, probably around 20 fruit trees, small fruit trees, but like 7 mature apple trees and probably 3 mature pear trees and stuff, and lots of berry bushes and things. And I like to prune our branches and stuff. And um, I picked up some pruners last night, a new set of pruners, because it's always nice to have extra pruners and stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to get these while I'm here, while I have the opportunity to get me some pruners before they tell me I can't get no pruners for my fruit trees and bushes and stuff. Um, yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Cow's milk is not for humans. Well, the Amish drink it. They really do drink it, and they love it. And people drink goat milk too. Of course, I've never cared for goat milk, but some people like it. You've been saying it for a long time that something bigger is to come. Well, it probably will come. Um, all the stores here have police guards, and they close at 8 p.m. Yeah, they do. They do have police guards, and they have policemen in plain clothes in the stores too, is what they have. Hello. Legislation here in Ireland. Now you can be arrested for sitting in the park and walking on the street. Yeah, fresh goat milk. It tastes good like the cow milk. If you can find fresh goat milk, yeah. Um, hello. Yeah, so, and I'm going to apologize again for not doing a professional video. Um, I used to have to do this before I realized I can do a record screen video, and or before I had the split screen down in the basement. Not in the basement. Now I'm up in the loft area of my house and in my daughter's old room. Um, yeah, you got a goat. Um, there was meat in the meat department and stuff, but the bread is still scarce. It really is. And some Walmarts are better stocked than others, but I'm sure if you're in large population or cities, you're going to see a scant supply of things. Um, yeah. Why is this happening? Because everything is shut down, and the demand for food products, it's like a domino effect. When one thing shuts down, it affects others. Um, yeah, they can't keep up with the pasteurization of not being able to get to the chemicals. Oh, that's right, the chemicals that came from China, too, I read, and other countries. That's interesting. Mike McCoy's Oak Hill Farm, too. Wow. Yeah, so let's see. This person is from Herksen, Overshaw, Netherlands. They from the Netherlands. So Netherlands are normally dairy people. You got a lot of car. I remember seeing lots of hills and stuff in the Netherlands. I actually went to the Netherlands. I think it was that we went through to go to Legoland when my husband was in Berlin. Um, China is causing a domino effect. That's true. You like my channel. Well, thank you, and I'm sorry I'm having to do it like this. I really am. I remember taking a trip to these big dairy farms along the highways. So they have this big area of land where they have these dairy farms, and you could take a tour inside the dairy farm and watch how they process their milk and stuff, and you could taste the dairy products that they had to offer as a sample. We may never know what exactly is left. I know. We really may not. And if the internet goes down and cell phones go down, if we go dark, um, Who knows when that might happen, but I know they have a internet kill switch and stuff, and I know that an EMP could occur. Any type of natural disaster could occur and turn our world further upside down. It really could. I thought, when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so sad. It really is. Um, you're all very welcome. Um, these ships coming in are for the Most High people. Well, I took some pictures last night, a couple pictures last night with my clip-on lens in the sky. And there are ships in them. I just have to work the pictures, is what I've got to do. But I've been trying to get the staining of my log cabin done. I'm starting on the trim work now. And I literally do. I start like in early morning, around 9 or 10. And I worked around 6 in the evening. So I haven't really been able to do much working of pictures while I'm trying to work outside the home. And then when I get through staining the house, I've got to make time to get back into my garden and continue to get the rest of that ready. Another coronavirus conspiracy and fantasy spewing channel. Oh, we got some trolls. Do you all a favor? Yeah, in this live chat. Yeah, we've got a troll. When you see them going up on there really fast, like that, it's trolls. No, I'm not going to remove that. Huh? Yeah, so when you see comments that go up on the page really fast like that, it's robo-trolls that get on there. So yeah. So that's, yeah, they like go boom, boom, boom. Got it. I got the troll. That's right. Boom. It doesn't take long. It really doesn't. So yeah. Computer generated trolls, because they had those coming up like that. Yeah. Yeah, spy bot, advocate. It's true. They literally, they can boom. I was watching a live press conference one day a few months ago, and all of a sudden you saw all of these negative comments, one right after the other. Bam, 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 from all these people, and I knew exactly what that was. There was not even one single positive comment, and hundreds of comments, and it was computer-generated things. You're in Michigan using school Zoom, and now they are worried about the hacking boom. What's a hacking boom? Oh, people hacking into your computers and stuff. Yeah. That's right. So I'm going to share this. I'm probably going to have to do another video. I'll share this video on my Facebook. I should have done a more professional video, but it would take so long to upload. Yeah, it's true. Computerized trolls. Heard that you can't buy alcohol in Michigan. Is that true? I don't know about it. I don't really drink alcohol. But it could be true. I know that Michigan is, yeah. UFOs are here in Michigan, and they have been posting them online. And did you see the video of the UFOs by the moon? No, I've seen that video quite a few times, and I know that there's UFOs on the moon, but I'm not sure about that video, because I know that they have the technology to make it look like that. Yeah. Well, you don't need alcohol. You should be looking for a straight mind. Yes, Exactly. Although alcohol would be a good barter item, but then you think if someone didn't have alcohol, and if they really were used to drinking, as with anything, cigarettes or anything, they could get a little agitated, as with things like that. Um, an associate saw them, yeah. Um, you haven't had a hot drink in about 7 years. Yeah, I know that they have this Project Bluebeam thing because I used to research it. But I think there's more to it. Um, some part of me thinks, did they put that Project Bluebeam thing out there? Well, it has a good use to it because they can project an image of a person in midair. But some of the ships in the sky, they're not Project Bluebeam. The ones I'm getting are not Project Bluebeam, and I've seen other ships from other people. It's not Project Bluebeam, but I'm sure if they can utilize it, they might. Illinois, you're very welcome. HARP, yeah. And I want to say something about the HARP. They used to have a website where you could go and look at the HARP frequency, uh, the magnetometer. And that magnetometer looked exactly like the Schumann resonance, except the Schumann resonance now has a different color. But the magnetometer that I used to keep tabs on every day, several years back, it was the HARP magnetometer that had the same exact frequencies, and now they say it's the Schumann resonance. So I don't really know about that. I really don't. I'm kind of on the fence with that one because I'm thinking it's one and the same. Because when the HARP magnetometer, that magnetometer thing would have those signals, it looked exactly like this Schumann resonance. Um, they're slowing down the internet and cutting the power in Florida. Oh, wow. You're a different farmer with a connection with the galactic ships. Yeah. Um, oh, I'm having to sit on the floor of this old room up here because, yeah, that's okay. Um, yeah. Well, I am probably going to, I've got to stretch my foot out. It's like my foot has went asleep. You know, if you sit on your foot too long, it goes asleep, and that's what I did. Don't get on a UFO. I've heard people say don't get on a UFO before. I would not get on a UFO unless I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was a good one, spiritually good within my being. I would have to be able to know it. Um, yeah. Um, something's going to happen. Well, something's going to happen. We all know that something is going to happen. It's happening right now. It is a slow, gradual, somebody took your heed, the fake alien invasion. They say that there is going to be a fake alien invasion, but I don't think um, it's all, there's some truth in it, but then I don't think so, no. Um, the aliens are here, and they have been here for years, thousands of years they've been here. Um, yeah. I know that they feel that we live in an unsustainable world, and the UN has a sustainability thing by 2030. They want to have sustainable cities and stuff. They want to restore the wetlands, the forests, and everything. There's a whole lot to this stuff than meets the eye. Um, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've heard the Anunnaki came for gold. That's what I've heard. What's happening with the Georgia Guidestones? You know, when I first started seeing that years ago, and when that date would roll around, they would say, it's something's going to happen on that day, and it never did. And it said it again this year, nothing happened. Um, yeah, I don't think we'll go back to normal. I don't. There's going to be a new normal, is what there is. They're going to phase it slowly in, and that's why we all have to, you know, slow down so they can get the grip on the situation. Yeah. But this is what's happening right here. They happen to dip their milk, dump their milk. So I'm going to probably get off of here because I really do need to get started on my day. Because I want to do some finishing up of staining. Yeah, it is going to be a new normal. Um, well, I hope I have time to work some more pictures to share of the ships in the sky, because I really do like doing that. It takes me several hours. I'm not joking. It takes probably 2 to 4 hours to put a video together because of having to invert them and make some nice looking side-by-sides and stuff. But it's all right. It's worth the work. You're very welcome. Somebody warned of 3 days of darkness in Revelation on the phones and the internet. Things are happening this weekend. And also, like last year, I remember standing outside. Somebody told me we was going to have 3 days of darkness, and I was filming the moon or something, and I said, and they told me the date. It was going to be that following weekend. I said, well, I'm going to come back here on that day. And if the 3 days of darkness have not come, I'm going to remind you. And I did. It didn't happen. Yeah. But that's okay. Everyone means well. They really do. We're all just trying to figure out what's going on. But I'm telling you what's going on. This milk is getting dumped, and there's no butter in the stores, and no good sour cream and cottage cheese and yogurt. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I thank you all for coming on here and chatting with one another. It's nice to see comments. It really is. Um, America has been captured. It's over sending the message behind the America. Um, yeah, you're all very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.